Some neuropathy patients spend thousands of dollars on treatment and still walk around every day in footwear and environments that are actively working against them. Not because they're careless, because nobody explained to them that neuropathy doesn't just change how your feet feel, it changes how your feet interact with everything around them. That's what this video is about. Your feet were designed with a feedback system. Every step you take, sensory receptors in the soles of your feet are sending constant information to your brain. Pressure, position, stability, texture. Your brain uses that information in real time to make micro adjustments in your posture, your balance, and your gait. When peripheral neuropathy corrupts that signal, that feedback loop becomes unreliable. What most people don't understand is that footwear, when chosen correctly, can begin to compensate for some of that lost feedback. Not replace it, compensate for it. The shoe becomes a structural substitute for information the foot can no longer provide on its own. That means the wrong shoe isn't just uncomfortable, it's removing a layer of protection the nervous system can no longer supply. What you're looking for is stability, appropriate cushioning, and a secure fit, not a fashion design, a clinical one. Here's something healthy people never think about. Navigating uneven ground is automatic. Your nervous system processes it without any conscious effort. You walk across grass, gravel, or a parking lot, and you don't even think about it. For a neuropathy patient, that automatic processing is impaired. Every uneven surface now requires conscious attention. Your brain is working harder to do something it used to do without thinking. That's not just a fall risk, it's cognitive load. It's exhausting, and over time, it's one of the reasons neuropathy patients start reducing their activity. Not because they decided to, because the environment started to feel unsafe. Sand, gravel, wet surfaces, dim lighting, these aren't inconveniences for a neuropathy patient. They're genuine hazards for a nervous system that can no longer read the ground beneath it. This is the part that most people don't hear, until something has already gone wrong. I had a patient tell me she burned the bottom of her foot walking barefoot onto her pool deck in July. She didn't realize how hot the surface was until she looked down. That's the challenge with neuropathy. The danger isn't always what you feel. Sometimes it's what you don't feel. Space heaters, heating pads, a small object on the floor, a blister forming from friction. These go undetected and unaddressed, and in patients with compromised circulation, they can escalate quickly. The exposure problem isn't dramatic, it's quiet, and it causes real harm. One habit I encourage many neuropathy patients to develop is a daily visual inspection of their feet. Not because I want them obsessing over symptoms, because when sensation is impaired, vision becomes your backup system. You have to look for redness, blisters, cracks in the skin, areas of pressure, things you would normally feel before you ever see them. A lot of neuropathy complications don't start with a major injury. They start with a small problem that went unnoticed for too long. Your feet used to give your brain constant information, pressure, position, temperature, texture, every second without you thinking about it. When neuropathy corrupts that signal, your environment doesn't change, but your nervous system's ability to read it does. That's what we're managing. Footwear, surfaces, and exposure aren't lifestyle topics. They're clinical variables. They affect fall risk, skin integrity, injury frequency, and how confidently a patient can re-engage with the world around them. Understanding them isn't about being cautious for the sake of caution. It's about protecting a system that's already working harder than it should have to.